Let's just be honest, generative AI isn't just hype anymore. It's a full-blown revolution, and it is completely rewriting the playbook for business, for marketing, for content itself, and it's all happening way faster than anyone thought possible. To really get a sense of just how fast, let's start with just one number. $7 million. Now, that's not a company's revenue for a whole quarter. Nope. That's how much a single AI avatar generated in sales during one 6-hour live stream. We're not talking about a team of people here. This was just one AI. And this event, which featured the AI twin of Chinese entrepreneur Liu Yonghua, was way more than just a flashy sales record. Think of it more like a warning shot, a clear signal that a massive fundamental shift is coming for pretty much all of e-commerce and retail. Yeah, this isn't some sci-fi glimpse into the future. This is happening right now, today. So how in the world did an AI manage to completely outperform its human creator? And more importantly, what does that mean for the trillion-dollar industry of live shopping? Okay, let's break down the numbers from this stream because they are just staggering. First off, 13 million people tuned in. They watched for 6 hours straight as this digital person sold products. And the AI didn't just squeak out a win. It absolutely dominated, smashing the real Liu Yonghua's record in less than 30 minutes. And maybe the wildest part? The AI wrote its own sales pitches. We're talking over 97,000 characters of text, all generated on the fly. And you have to understand, this wasn't some one-off publicity stunt. It's a trend that's exploding. Right now, in China's enormous live commerce market, there are already over 100,000 of these digital humans working. And the reason why is just simple math. They cut costs by 80% while boosting sales by 60%. I mean, with numbers like that, the push to adopt them isn't just big, it's basically unstoppable. That kind of sales performance is the result. But what's the engine making it all happen? Well, it's a complete reinvention of how content gets made, a new pipeline that's giving marketing teams everywhere a tenfold jump in efficiency. So let's look at a marketing agency called Clarity Media. They were facing a problem that I bet sounds familiar to a lot of you. Their clients wanted more and more video, like 20 to 30 videos every single month. But their old school process of, booking studios, hiring camera crews, it just couldn't keep up. It was slow, it was crazy expensive, and it was burning out their team. Just look at this data from their own tests. The difference is, well, it's night and day. A single video used to cost them over $5,000 and take 3 weeks to make. Now, they can do it for under $800 in just a couple of hours. And get this, you're not just getting one video for that. You're getting a bunch of different versions you can test out. So how does this actually work? Well, this is the new hybrid workflow. And notice the most important part. It starts and it ends with a human. A strategist kicks things off by setting the goals, and a human editor gives it that final polish. But everything in the middle? That's the AI doing the heavy lifting, writing scripts, creating visuals, animating them, and even generating different voiceover options. It's all stitched together by platforms like MindStudio that let these different AI tools talk to each other. And the results are, honestly, just incredible. After only 6 months using this new system, Clarity Media went from making 8 videos a month to 85. That's more than a 10x increase in output. Their costs and production time basically fell through the floor. And the bottom line, their revenue from video services shot up by 340%. This isn't just about saving a little money. It's about unlocking truly explosive growth. Now, this revolution in speed and cost isn't just about making more ads for your own country. It's also tearing down one of the biggest walls in the history of business, the language barrier. AI is quickly becoming the key to unlocking global e-commerce on a scale we've just never seen before. Let's take Southeast Asia, for example. It's this booming market of 650 million people, and about 60% of them are under 35. These are true digital natives. They grew up with smartphones, they live on social media, and that creates this gigantic opportunity for e-commerce. But there's a pretty big hurdle. And that hurdle is the language barrier. You see, localization is so much more than just translating words on a page. In a place like Singapore, for instance, a lot of people might learn to read and write English in school, but they're way more comfortable speaking Malay or Tamil at home. And that means audio and video content in their native spoken language is just going to be way more engaging and feel more natural to them. And this is where the powerful new toolkit of AI comes in and completely changes the game. We now have platforms that can translate a video into over 170 languages, perfectly clone someone's voice to keep it authentic, and even resync the person's lips to match the new audio. You've got tools like Heijin creating super realistic avatars, while others like 11 Labs provide that emotional, hyper-realistic voice quality that makes the final product feel totally real. And here's a perfect real-world example of this in action. SPH Media in Singapore is using AI to clone the voices of their most trusted journalists. Why? So they can narrate news articles on their Malay and Tamil websites. And the result? They've increased the number of people listening by 5 times. It makes perfect sense, right? Hearing the news in your mother tongue from a voice you already know and trust is just a better experience.
Okay, so we've seen how AI can sell products for huge brands and cross borders for media companies. But what about for the rest of us? Individual creators, marketers, small businesses? Well, it turns out this same technology is now giving anyone the power to multiply their content from just a single piece of work. This is a question that pretty much every single content marketer on the planet asks themselves. You spend all this time and effort creating one amazing long-form piece of content, a webinar, a podcast, whatever. So how do you squeeze every last drop of value out of it without spending days manually chopping it up into little clips? Well, the solution is what's called an AI stack. You've got tools like Opus Clip and Vizard that basically act like a viral moment detector. They automatically scan your long video, find the most interesting parts, and then perfectly reformat them for TikTok, Reels, and Shorts. Then you have amazing tools like Descript, where you can literally edit your video just by editing a text document. All of a sudden, it's like you have a whole team of editors working for you 24/7. Wow. Okay, we've covered a ton of ground here, from AI salespeople to automated video editors. So what does all of this actually mean for the people who do this work today? Well, it all points to a new, hybrid way of creating things. Let's just boil it all down to the essentials. For any business or any creator, the advantages that AI brings to the table are just impossible to ignore. Speed, scale, and cost-cutting on a level that was pure science fiction just a couple of years ago. This isn't just a small improvement, it's a fundamental change in the economics of how we communicate. And that brings us to this really important concept, the human-in-the-loop model. See, this isn't about robots taking over. It's about changing our roles from being the doers to being the directors. The AI becomes the incredible tool that handles all the boring, repetitive stuff, which frees up us humans to focus on what we actually do best: high-level strategy, creative vision, and making sure the final quality is perfect. But, and this is a really big but, we have to be realistic here. The technology isn't flawless. That agency, Clarity Media, found that about 30% of their AI-generated clips still needed a human touch to get them just right. And for those huge, cinematic, emotional brand commercials, yeah, for that, you're still going to need the traditional production methods. The pros are still the gold standard there. Which brings us right back to that huge, kind of scary question we started with. We've seen the data, we've seen the new workflows, we've seen the incredible results. So when the AI avatars can sell more, work longer, and cost so much less, do real human influencers even stand a chance? What do you think?